everybody, thanks for joining me again today for Christy's 30 Days of Sketches, sketch number 29. Now this sketch I actually made on the 27th, thinking it was the sketch for the 27th, and I had done it in real time, only to find out when I got all done that I had the wrong sketch. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a voiceover since I was talking like it was still the 27th. And we'll just have to squeeze another video in there because I didn't get one up yesterday. I'm actually doing the voiceover today on the 28th. So I am, again, doing pictures from our South Dakota trip, and I'm still working on our Mount Rushmore. And so as you can see, I'm pointing out, the sketch has a journaling card on the right-hand side. And I had taken a picture inside their little museum they had at Mount Rushmore of the picture of what the mountain looked like originally before it was carved. Then there's a picture of the men that worked on the carving, and then the final mountain or carving of Mount Rushmore with the presidents. I'd also taken a picture of the journaling that was next to the pictures, and so instead of going and putting that photo on there, I am going to actually hand journal it. And now I'm just talking about how I'm going to cut these down. And also I was showing you in here that the sketch has these like scalloped edge on the left hand side. Instead of doing the scalloped edge, I took a piece of paper that was sent from the same paper collection, Open Road, and I'm just going to hand cut the zigzag that's on the paper. So I'm still getting the look of a cut, but without not being the scallops. And so I'm able to use up a scrap piece of paper and then also be able to have that decorative design on there that's not an exact replica of the sketch. But I'm still kind of sticking to the whole how the layout went. So I'm doing the 3 photos. I did trim them down a little bit, or actually I'm going to right now. And then I was able to go and get the journaling card. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So again, the paper that I'm using is from the paper pad from Park Lane. It's the Open Road. I've made quite a few. I'm actually making a good dent in this paper pad, and I'm happy about that. And so I used the wood grain paper and then the trees, because again, if you've gone to South Dakota, it's very mountainous and very a lot of trees and forests and things like that, very much nature. And so I thought those papers were a good example of that. And then the reason I grabbed that other piece of paper that has the zigzag pattern is because it reminds me of like an Indian blanket. And with South Dakota, the Mount Rushmore is in the Lakota territory, and so you'll go to like Crazy Horse and things like that. So the Indian feel, or I don't know how you want to say it, influence is very much present in South Dakota. They're the natives of that land that we came to. And so I know that President Roosevelt, when he was helping to make this a federal park, worked with the Lakota Indians and so forth. So I really wanted to bring that nod to the Native Americans in this layout in my book overall. So when I'm looking at my layout, the sketch calls for kind of a floral above the journaling card. So I did find this one that I had already cut out, that was from a Chamel paper pad that was little by little. And so I'm going to go ahead and place that up there. Now, because I'm using bigger pictures than what's in the sketch, I am going to shift everything kind of over to the left and try and center that and get that going. And then I'm able to just turn my photos for where it ripped a little bit. I can just turn the flowers and things and move them around, and you can't even tell that I had shifted it over. And then I'm going to play around with that butterfly for a little bit. Now, I didn't like how it kind of looked off balance. I wanted it to be a little bit more like your 3 triangle kind of a thing, even though the sketch didn't have it. So I went ahead and I cut out 2 more of the red flowers, and I think that brought more balance, even though I'm trying to still stay to the center and I'm running it down the middle of the page. I'm still going to group it together so I have that triangle that's surrounding the photos and brings focus to the photos. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going in fussy cutting that out. So while I'm fussy cutting, I just want to remind everybody to check out everyone else who is playing along. There is a long group of people that are playing along with the sketches. If you go to Christy's Beautiful Life, she has a playlist going that has everybody's videos that are playing along for the whole month, whether they did one sketch or they've done all 30. Also, her Facebook page, um, um, 30 days of sketches, I believe, or I think that's what it's called. Anyways, she has each of the sketches is being put up, and then you're welcome to go ahead and upload your own layout, and you can just put your layout in there, or if you want, you can do a a layout with a link to your Instagram, or you can do a link to a YouTube site if that's where you share it from. And there's no rules about not being able to share. We're just looking for more inspiration to get us in our scrapbook rooms and playing. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take some wood veneer, and I'm just going to put those around. I found the word that says inspire. I found a camera and then just an @ sign. Again, keeping it very simple, not over embellishing, and I was kind of explaining that. Again, these are supporting pictures to my story of my trip, and there's not a person in it that requires me to do a lot of work, and embellishing as if it was my husband. So I'm just showing another example of that. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you tomorrow for number 30.